All right, y'all. So this is my portfolio. We get a little under the skin deep, just the FYI. So yeah, let's get started. Like, it's gonna get deep. Okay. So, for the first one, it was either 2 or 3. Well, I'm gonna show the examples first, and then. So for 2 or 3, we had identity. So the 3 that I chose were religion, sex, and what was it? Religion, sex, and wait, hold on, I have to stop. And the disability. So first, like, I don't identify as Christian, but like, I don't know, cause my family, I just feel like there's like a lot of trauma around Christianity for me. So I went back to the Poet X, and I went back and I got examples from like, especially where Ziamara's mother was like trying to force Catholicism onto her when she wasn't really like feeling it. Okay, so for the disability part, I chose this one because I feel like depression, like for me, depression is like a big effect in my life. So it's just like, I mean, I get affected by it every day. So I really like, I guess my 2 favorite books in the class was probably like Poet X and Dark in the Tree, because I really like connected with Grace and Nehemiah because they had both low points, but I had chosen an example from Dark in the Tree. Okay, wait. Oh, this one is, my bad. Okay, this one has to do with like, what is it? Sexual, not sex, but just like, when I mean sex, I mean like body, like how I'm represented as a woman, like, because I feel like nowadays, what's up there? Nowadays, like, it's like a stigma for young girls, like in their life. So like in the Poet X, I really connected to DMR because like I was like, my body was like developed at a young age. So it's like I wouldn't say used, but like older men like see more me like still now. So it's just yeah. And what helps me be comfortable with my body is like self-love, because like if you don't love your body, like you can't really like, if you don't love yourself, you can't really put love into anything else. Okay. And the identities that I think about often is religion. I kind of feel obligated to like be religious. Like for some reason, like although we're in a generation of having different types of religions and beliefs, I feel also like it's quick for us to be like, oh, you're not Christian, or oh, you're not spiritual, like this, that, like you're getting shamed if you don't believe in something. Social economic status is also an identity that I think about often, because like stuff is happening every day. Like I can get a career for just speaking, I can get a career for doing hair, I can get a career for doing nails. And I just feel like because I am a multi-talented person, that it's going to be difficult trying to pick my wants and desires when I eventually graduate from high school. Identities that I don't think about as much is race, because I haven't grown up to dislike my hair or dislike my skin color, and I feel very prideful of being I feel very prideful of being Black. I would like to learn about physical and emotional development disabilities, because like I like, everybody's human, and I don't know. I feel like it got a lot to do with trauma. It got a lot to do with how you were raised up, and because you were raised the way you were raised, how it projects onto other people, how it projects onto your friendship, projects onto your relationship, projects onto your kids. So I feel like that's something I would like to learn more about, especially myself. I have the struggle. This one was the how I perceive myself, and I feel like it would be origin because being African or being Black American is super general, and we like as a Black American, you really don't know your exact roots. You don't know where you come from. All you just know was you was either born here in Chicago, you was born in Atlanta, like you were born nearby, and you're Black. So, identities that have a strong effect on others is definitely race, religion, and sexuality. And I'm just gonna touch on sexuality because I feel like I touched on race and religion. But like, not a lot of people are comfortable with people who are including their sexuality, like being LGBTQ plus. Because I like pansexual, and it's I feel like it's a lot of like feedback or backhanded comments when it comes to me, like expressing how I feel when it comes to a relationship or when it comes to a sexual relationship. My race is Black. My ethnicity is African American. My social economic status is I'm a student and I'm an entrepreneur. My sexual orientation is pansexual. My national region origin is United States. My first language is English. My physical and emotional development disability is depression. My age is 15, and I will consider myself spiritual when it comes to my religion. So for the challenging skill, I think connection, and some people may be like, well, connection was super easy. But when it came to the Macbeth package, it was very, very, very challenging for me. So it was hard for me to connect my life or an outside perspective towards what's it, medieval times? Isn't it medieval?
11th century Scotland.
Yeah, Scotland. Like I mean, it was just I don't know. I feel like we can all agree that it was hard. So I feel like being also a part of me being kind of like closed-minded or like not really understanding like seeing a woman in the villain role, I feel like that also stopped me from reaching my full potential of doing good with the connections in the package. Intellect. I picked the top one was the main example that I referenced to. And it was basically, to sum it up, it was basically how in Parable of the Sword, how Keith and their dad carried themselves differently. Like Keith was like, he felt like he had to prove something when dad was just like, he was I wouldn't say he was calm, but he was like more in a spiritual headspace. Like he was seen as this hero, but at the same time, you could be a hero and you could be a hypocrite. You could be self-centered and you could be a hero. Like I don't know. I just feel like I really picked this as my favorite or to present this one because it's hard being a Black woman and trying to like carry yourself. Like when it comes to getting a job, when it comes to school, generally like Black women are going to be seen as intimidating, and we're taught to carry ourselves differently and not be ourselves. Criticality. Whoa. So for this section, I basically highlighted the negatives to criticality, and that would be for the Macbeth package. Like I said, it was very hard to like apply modern situation to the 11th century. So I would basically just sum it up to just applying criticality in general to the Macbeth package just made me become more open-minded and make me become more understanding because like I said, it was a little challenging. This was and the most proud assignment that I've completed would probably be the trailers because it was very tedious and stressful. And I like having the opportunity to like control, like what do you call it? Not control, but like to create something and be creative, it was like I get to put my opinion towards how I want it to be made, as well my opinion towards how I saw or how I read Macbeth. What needed the most improvement was the Macbeth package, all of the Macbeth packages, because like around April, like right before we went on to spring break, leading up to that, I was here mental health wise, and then I went downhill. And I'm slowly like recovering, but I feel like that really took a toll on my work in all my classes, because I was sitting at a 2.9 GPA for like well over a month. And although I'm not really like proud of like my GPA right now, I just got to take into consideration that like stuff happens. Like I go through stuff, so I can't just like beat myself down about it anymore. What's helping me learn outside of class would be, I said this in the last portfolio, would be the working on Wednesdays, because I'm hearing everybody's opinion, and I'm like using your own opinion when it comes to doing the PBAs and stuff. It's kind of like it doesn't open up enough, because somebody can have a different opinion about Lady Macbeth. They think she's like the most perfect person in the world, or they think she's the most manipulative person in the world. So it's just like, it's good to hear everybody's opinion. For sophomore year, and my reflection goals, I want to be more hands-on and on task. I want to ask more questions and stay focused on group projects and individual work. The hardest part would be, or the biggest part that would be the hardest for me is managing sports, a job, honors classes, and classes. And how I use my feedback portfolio information to instead of, I think this last portfolio really like gave it more availability, because like we completed everything. I get to go over everything, and I feel like for my evidence, I gave more work rather than just like two pages. That's all.
Great job. Thank you. So what are glows and grows for ISIS?